welcome to Bianca's Kitchen. Today's episode will be about recipes. But this is my kitchen, though.
Yes. Okay.
This is what we can afford. So this is our first episode in the podcast, and we feel like we should introduce ourselves. So who are you? Why are you in my house?
Why am I in Bianca's kitchen, right? Hi guys, I'm Adrianne, and pardon the awkwardness because it is our first episode, but we're gonna mostly focus on this episode as like who we are, how we met, and like why we're doing this podcast, right? So
you're not like, who the hell are these two people?
Exactly, talking into your ear on a random day, on your subway commute, who knows? But I'm Adrianne. I'm a wedding photographer primarily, and then after that I own my own like creative business. But that's like basically the gist of it. I was born in London, grew up in the Philippines, and partly
I totally
here.
forgot you were born in London.
You really did.
I think we're gonna learn about each other
Again. Yeah. So then I was born there, grew up partly in the Philippines, and then partly in New Jersey, and now we're both in New York. What about you?
Oh, I didn't know you lived in Jersey. Like,
why are we friends again?
Your story sounds more interesting, but anyway.
Everyone in New York is interesting. Everyone's got a story. That's why we're doing this.
Wait, did you say how you ended up in New York?
No, I didn't. Thank you for reminding me. See, Bianca's here to keep me on track, guys, because I don't know what the heck I'm doing.
I am the keeping people on track person.
Yes. I ended up in New York because, well, I grew up in New Jersey, so it was a train ride away. And then I did like high school classes in FIT.
Oh.
And then that's us taking a break because we forgot to do the timer, guys. So, yay.
It's fine.
Yeah. So then I was in New Jersey, and then I took classes in FIT, Fashion Institute of Technology.
Why are you there?
I don't like talking about myself, as you can see. Why are we doing a podcast if we don't like talking about ourselves? We're breaking out of our comfort zone this 2020. This is what it is.
I thought about it for a little bit. You see, I'm like, why are we doing a podcast?
Yes, we are breaking out of our comfort zone. We also feel like...
No, but to be honest, I think this grew, like this idea blossomed into existence because we were having a lot of really long conversations on the phone.
I know.
And we thought they were really good. And we were always like, why is no one recording this? Like, how can I record a conversation over the phone? Remember, we were actually trying to record our phone conversation?
We actually were, and then it wasn't even...
I don't think that's...
I don't think I can even search it. Like, you know, so I think at least now we are able to break things down episode by episode, topic by topic.
So like, we need to start talking to the world.
Yeah.
We think we have some good points about certain things.
Mostly, like, I guess, dating in New York. Since you guys are here on the first episode, you know, the series, like, stay in tune for the rest of the season. We'll have about 8 episodes. That's what we're planning, right?
A little more. Maybe
a little more. Yeah, if you guys like it, you know, we'll make bonus episodes. But for now, we have agreed to 8 episodes, and the topics are like dating in New York, kind of maintaining your sense of self while dating in New York as a minority woman. I don't know if you guys are listening on audio or video, but Bianca is your nationality.
I haven't even talked about who I am.
Yeah.
So my name is Bianca, by the way.
There we go.
Hence Bianca's Kitchen at the beginning. I'm Dominican. I'm 24. How old are you?
I'm 25, and I'm Filipino/Chinese.
So I think we're at an age where we are like naturally trying to date, or at least like getting ourselves out there or whatever. So that's where all these crazy
with more
stories.
intention and purpose. We're kind of not just
exactly.
Who else? Next, we're a little bit more deliberate now, entering our
keyword now.
Yeah. So We'll dissect what we've done in the past.
There's no judgment here. I think we have both been in both sides of the spectrum where it's like we're very, very, very out there.
Yeah.
And then I think now we're trying to settle down, you could say.
Exactly. And I think later on you guys will know more about like our past relationships and like how, you know, we both ended up even being friends and things.
Oh my god, that's a funny story.
It is. But one of the main things is that I think we both have some different perspectives to offer, you know, because in your young 20s, I've been in a 3-year relationship that I just recently got out of.
Yeah.
And I look up to you because you freaking have just been dating. I need to learn the game because I've been out of it for 3 years. So
yeah, Adrian just got into the dating pool, guys.
Once again.
And girls.
And girls, sure.
She's single. Well, we're both single,
We're
but
both
she's
single.
like recently single, which is more special.
I thought you were gonna say she's really single.
That would be horrible.
It's like recently
guys,
single.
please, someone, come date this girl.
Okay, so going back, you are 24.
I am 24. I am Dominican. I came to New York when I was 17 for college. I was in Purchase area. No, maybe I shouldn't say where I was. Let's keep some personal details to ourselves.
Maybe we'll get closer later on in the episodes and we'll tell our audience, but for now, we'll just keep it a little aloof.
Yeah, I'm also a creative. I do not own my own company, although I do freelance on the side. But I have a full-time job in a creative agency.
See, different perspectives.
Yeah, doing the same things. But
Doing the
in
same
different
things.
ways. Oh, I'm more towards film and video. She's more towards photography. So
Pretty
it's like we're
well-rounded
very similar.
friendship.
And I think that's also our personalities. Like we're very similar, but like in different ways. Kind of like our careers.
Yeah.
We do the same thing, but in different areas.
Exactly. I guess you can say we can complement each other. Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, our audience will definitely have different perspectives, that's for sure. And I hope that that's something that we can kind of, you know, see through throughout the rest of the episodes. You know, it's not.
I think so.
Yeah. And I guess.
Wait, so we said who we are. We haven't said how we met.
How we met is another kind of like weird story, right?
First of all, how long was it? Was it last year or last year? Like 2 years ago?
No, I think it was 2019. It was 2019 that we met. I know,
This
sorry.
feels long. This feels like a long friendship.
No, actually, no. It was 2019 because when did you move in this apartment?
Last year. April.
Last year, April. We met in May. April.
Oh,
and
that's
May.
true, because I invited you to the housewarming.
Yes.
And
so
that was like just meeting you. I even felt kind of weird inviting you, but I did anyway.
I know, and look what it.
And look where we are now.
Right.
Story here is invite people you barely know to your housewarming.
I mean, but
I don't think
backstory
that's a
to the first time we actually met for the first time was.
That was crazy. Should I start it? Because I think it started with me. Like
I think. So.
the person that we know in common
Is
I met
Martina.
first, right?
I think so. That day that we met up in ADO in Brooklyn, I think Martina had something planned, and then she was like, "Oh, I'm bringing a friend." I'm like, "Yes, please. The more, the merrier."
Yeah.
And then you're actually based here in New York, so we were actually able to continue our friendship.
Yeah. So basically, Martina is an illustrator that we
know and follow on Instagram actively.
And like are super into, and we both really wanted to meet her.
Yeah, we've done workshops with her already in the past. Like you've done one, and I think we attended one together, but we weren't friends yet.
I think so.
Something like
that. That happened.
Yeah, we've crossed paths before, but never really spoke to one another, which I guess it goes to show like it's meant to be like our friendship, right? Because it's like one way or the other we like became friends. Yeah. So we met through Martina, who I also just met on Instagram, and I'm so glad she fucking brought you along, because then
the way that I met her was also like that. It was her first time in New York, and she put a story saying, "I need a photographer for this and this date. Like, please send me your links, blah blah." So I remember I replied right away because I was like so into her art.
Was that for her workshop?
No.
Oh,
it was
different.
just to take photos.
Nice. I didn't know this.
See? we keep on learning about each other. So I texted her. She replied back super fast. I guess I was like one of the first ones because it was like a super fast yes.
Yeah.
And then she came and we met, and then we got along like right away. I remember I was so nervous, like, where should we use these photos? Because she didn't give me like any specifications. She was just
basically
like,
trusted
I
your
just wanna
creative
take
vision.
photos of me like illustrating, and I was like, let me search cute places in New York, which are way too many.
Yeah.
But we ended up going to Cha-Cha Matcha.
Oh
that
yeah,
place?
it's so cute. And which one, in the West Side or Soho?
Soho,
Yeah.
I think it was. And it was a really cute place. They have like some neon lights and like some walls.
The palm
covered
trees in
in-
the back, I think.
Yeah. So we took a few photos there, and then we from there we got along so well that we just started just going through New York. And I remember we went to Central Park, we went to Times Square. I don't remember, but we went like to Midtown area. Wait, not Central Park. Grand Central.
Grand
Like
Central.
inside Grand Central, we took some photos, and then Times Square. Then we ate at Olive Garden. It was like
That's just a random day,
a
yeah.
full day just exploring.
It's always good to be a tourist in your own city sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after that, we kept in touch. I think she came back. She did that craft jam workshop, and that's where I met.
Joey, yeah.
Are we saying his name? Well,
Okay, we're just
Well, we
having
said
a
it.
conversation. Yep.
that's why. Should we say who he is?
Yeah, so Joey,
Okay.
I mean, we can say his name. He's, yeah, I mean, the breakup was pretty mutual-ish.
Ish.
Yeah, it was 3 years, you know,
So
there
this
was a
is-
lot of history, and I think we ended it on good terms.
Yeah.
You know, it's a mature adult relationship. I think it also set the bar of what a mature breakup should be, you know, in terms of like how it fizzles out, and like there's still respect in the end. So yeah, it was yeah.
But this
Just
story,
growing up.
this story of how I ended up like being your friend is so crazy, because I went to that workshop and basically Joey, who's
You met him
Adrian's
before you met me.
ex-boyfriend, was there. And I remember he even approached me and Martina, because I was just next to Martina, and he approached Martina and he was like, oh, my name is Joey, I'm just here because my girlfriend couldn't come, so I'm just kind of like, I think he was FaceTiming you.
He was, yeah, he FaceTimed me, and the backstory of why I couldn't make it to Martina's workshop in the end is because my grandmother had passed away, so I flew to Manila, and
But
I
we
was
were
such a
supposed to
big
meet
fan.
that day.
We were going to, but see, I told you, every time we had a chance to meet, it didn't happen, but it still ended up being like, now we're best friends in New York, like doing a podcast.
What are the odds?
Right.
And then, but I did remember Joey's face, like it was someone that stood out. Maybe because he was
He was the only
guy.
man.
Now that I think about it, but also I remember that we stayed till the very end, and he was like, I think the last person to say goodbye. Like it was just someone that was very, very easy to remember. And then fast forward to the day that Martina came back to New York, and I was like, let's hang out, and she's like, okay, is it okay if someone else comes? And I'm like, of course. The more
She
like,
basically matched us together.
and then
Yes.
you were that other person. And we
So
got
thank you,
along.
Martina, for this awesome friendship that like blossomed from your Instagramming.
And we had a great conversation about how we could be good teammates that day.
Yeah, and at that time we were talking about how we can collaborate, like you do my video work and then you do my photo work, and then what we ended up doing is this podcast.
Not photo.
Not video.
But you did take my photos last year, which was really cool.
Yes, I did.
You
Yeah.
did it. I owe you a video. That's next.
Oh my God. Yes. Can we actually?
Yeah.
That's gonna be so fun. Okay, that's cool. All right.
Oh, so I have a random question for you.
Okay. What's your random question? I'm scared.
Wait.
Okay.
I can't.
Do, 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 do. While you think,
Elevator music?
I don't know.
Okay.
Just so there isn't like dead silence. Is that bad for podcasts? I don't know. It's our first episode, okay?
The thing is, I had a question, but now I want to instantly change it.
Okay.
I feel like it's not as interesting.
You
Or
can
maybe it is, but you know
ask
what?
it anyway.
I'll just ask it.
Yeah. Maybe we have time for 2 questions.
Have you ever been like just going about your day randomly, like, I don't know, going to your office, like super casual routine day, and then all of a sudden you smell something that reminds you of something or someone in particular that you didn't even know that was their smell until that moment that you smelled it.
Yes. Very, like, yes, that's a mood. Especially in New York, right? Because you walk around and, like, literally anything, like, you can smell any, like...
Yeah.
You walk down a block, it smells like nuts, and then the other block, it smells like trash, and then you catch a whiff of another person who has, like, the same cologne as, like, somebody else, and it's like, oh my god.
Do you have, like, a specific memory of that happening that was shocking, or no?
Not off the top of my head, but I do have, like, songs, like, you know how, like, of the season, like, it, like, plays in the car, and then, like, it's always, like, it's summer jam, so it's like, oh, like, this is the song that I was listening to, like, when I was in San Francisco, like, over and over again, so it's like, when I'm back in New York, and I listen to that song, it's like, oh, it takes me back to San Francisco a little bit. Okay. More music, less smell, maybe? That's like a personal thing. Okay. Yeah. Does that ever happen to you? Is that why you brought it up? Yeah. Tell me your story.
Okay, super random. So I had a summer fling. Speaking of love, by the way, yeah, never mind. Yeah. Speaking of summer fling, I had a summer fling. I think it was my sophomore year of college, and that was here in New York because I was doing college here in New York. Then that winter, I went back to DR. Me and my family we have a beach house. We went to that beach house. I literally grew up in that beach house. I was there every weekend growing up. Never in my life had I smelled anything in particular, you know. And then I remember I was like, I think bringing out the food. Like my mom had just finished cooking, I was bringing out the food. And then, so I was coming like in and out of the house. Yeah. And then for some reason, at the door, like right where the door was open, I crossed and I smelled specifically the same smell as the guy that I had that summer. You know, like his clothes were on. And I was like, the fuck? Like, why is this smell in DR? Where it's hot and he probably has never been to. He's definitely never been to my summer house. Like,
yeah, but it's a distinct smell.
And I didn't even know he smelled like that until that day. Like when I smelled it, I was like, this is exactly what Elijah smells like. And why am I smelling it here now? It was so weird.
I guess we also ask our audience that, right? We have an Instagram page, and you guys can just comment there, follow. Handle will be linked in the description.
So was it?
But have you ever had a moment in your life where you smelled something or heard something, and it was like, and it brought you back to a super specific moment? Yeah. Like, has that ever happened to you guys? Let us know on Instagram. We'd love to hear it. We'll maybe read out some comments in the next episode. I don't know. We'll figure out where the audience participation will be. Okay. But we're open to suggestions, guys, where you want to chime in.
By the way, everyone, sorry, I'm sick and I sound very stuffy.
Yeah, so there will be a day that you guys will hear Bianca's normal voice.
Will there be a day? That's the question.
I'm praying.
I've been sick for like 2 months. It's crazy. Like ever since winter started. It's like nonstop. And then I had like a full 2 days where I was not sick. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's gone. And then it came back.
Did you continue to take medicine when those 2 days, like,
no,
when you were feeling?
I'm really bad at taking medicine.
That's why.
And my immune system sucks, so. That's the perfect recipe to be sick for 2 months.
Somebody's gotta text you every day, like, take your medicine. Actually, I did that. Remember the day that I slept over, and your roommate brought
home the day that you slept over.
Okay,
guys,
just to give you an idea of our friendship.
Adrianne has only slept because this is a relatively new friendship, you could say.
Yeah.
Like, I think we have become so close in the past like months. No, ever since you left, which is
ever since I left, yeah.
So she left for the world. Months. I can't even say like a specific place.
I did a world tour.
She did a world tour. 5 months ago, I think.
5 months ago. Wow. Yeah,
for
you're
4
right.
months. So this is the month that she's back. And in those 4 months that you were away, we became so much closer. I don't know how that worked, but I think we were just like, missing each other.
Distance makes the heart grow fonder.
Oh my God.
Quotes.
We have to talk about that because one of my love stories that I know for a fact.
Write these down.
That's true. I'm gonna forget all of this.
So can you please remind me again?
Let's rewind.
Okay, first sleepover.
Oh yeah, first sleepover.
Sorry, we're all over the place, but we're gonna figure this out.
The other thing that I said I was gonna talk about right now is a very meaningful relationship to me that I know like I'll naturally fall into talking about that, especially because this podcast will be about love and past experiences, where distance was the issue and the heart did not grow fonder. So,
well, I've been there.
We're talking about heart growing fonder with distance. That did happen with us, thankfully.
Yeah.
And we made sure to FaceTime each other all the time and talk on the phone.
We FaceTime each other more now, which is crazy. And it's like...
And we live 10 minutes.
We live 10 minutes apart.
But it was so beautiful. Like, that whole thing was so beautiful. So, Adrian was living in Lower East Side, right?
I was, yeah. But after the breakup...
For all of our friendship. Then she...
You've actually been over to that apartment, too. Yeah.
Then she left for her world tour. And we made sure to FaceTime each other. We realized that we really missed each other, so we all of a sudden started talking more. And then you were going through a breakup, so I was there for you. And then...
Because I didn't know what the dating world...
And then you realized how good of a, like...
Listener
and
advice giver.
Yeah, I was, especially in relationships.
You reviewed my texts too, because like I didn't know how to respond to anybody because I again have not been dating for 3 years. I would literally
be like, text him this quotes, and you would like just copy paste into your conversation with whatever guy. But anyway, then she came back, and what?
Before that,
I know I'm all over the place.
It's okay. But like going off like what you said about how like we became closer is because I've been so out of like 3 years is a long time, and I stopped. I was 21 when I started the relationship, 24 when I exited the relationship. That's a whole different
and that's like the big
face of life.
And those 3 years are like big on dating, I think.
And I like basically, not that I'm saying I missed out, but I think,
there's not much to miss out.
Not missed out, but like I don't know how to like message people online now.
Yeah, so I was like, girl,
rusty.
Delete that text. Text him this.
Yes, she set me straight and kept me aware of the red flags.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Very aware, despite the fact that you didn't listen to some of my.
No, I really didn't. I didn't.
But lesson learned.
Listen to Bianca.
We'll get into all of that. But anyway, then you got back, and honestly, we did not plan this because she had this place settled before we were even friends with your other friend Alex.
Yeah, I had moved back into my old apartment before when I was single still.
Yeah, so she was like, yeah, since I broke up with the guy that I was in a 3-year relationship with, I'm gonna move back to my old place. And I was like, oh, where is that? And then she sent me the address. It's 10 minutes away. I'm like, yeah.
Yes, and a $5 Uber. So that matters if you're lazy.
It's a $5 Uber. It's I think 20 minutes if you take the subway. If you take the bus, how long was the bus?
15 minutes. 15
it's
minutes?
Really far. I think if you walk,
no,
if
you walk,
25.
it's 30 minutes, and then if you take the bus, it's 15. If you catch the bus right away. Not bad. Honestly, not bad.
Or just do a $5 Uber, which is what I did when
we also city bike. I mean, there's also a city bike. There's so many options when you live in New York City.
Point is, now we're gonna be sick of each other soon because we are spending every day together.
Basically, and in between the everyday, because when you're at work, you're sending me voice memos, and I'm sending you screenshots.
Maybe we are the relationship we've been looking for. I'm just kidding.
But this is how this podcast started, remember? So this is how this actually started.
Really remind me, I'm terrible at
this was during the sleepover, which we have to go into, by the way. We will talk about the sleepover. Don't worry, I did not forget, guys.
Okay.
But this happened because, well, one, because we had really interesting conversations about like the phase of life that we're in now. And then two, is because it's like we need consistency in our lives in terms of like human connection. And if we can't get that from like men, or should we even call them men, boys, we were like, we can just be consistent for one another. And it's like, instead of texting the guy, you just text me instead.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Support
basically,
group.
support group. Because otherwise, oh my God, the many horrible things I probably would have said. Like, no.
Yeah.
Thank God you stopped me.
Yeah. So the sleepover.
Oh
yeah, so you came by.
This is the first week that I was back. I think I hadn't even really stayed in my own room.
Yeah.
When I got back, I think the second night I was here, I slept over your place.
Yeah.
Yeah, immediately.
And it wasn't even planned, remember? You were just visiting and then we just kept talking till too late and I was like, just stay over.
Well, dude, if you're giving me like Jack Daniels and like mochi ice cream, do you even remember that?
Oh, yeah.
You gave me whiskey and mochi ice cream. She cooked for me that evening. Let's not even forget. She cooked me a home cooked meal.
My God, I forget how amazing I am.
Let me remind you, that's why I'm here. You're amazing. Guys, she's single.
Okay. Is this like some weird version of Tinder where we're like helping each other? I was like, date her, don't date her. Anyway.
No. Maybe let's not do that. We already know we're great. We have things to work out on our own.
So what happened at sleepover?
That sleepover. I mean, you were mostly sick.
I remember everything. I just want to hear you.
Okay, yeah. So then you cooked for me.
Yeah.
And I fucking devoured that plate.
Oh, it was
I
so
remember
good.
the soup. The miso. I can't even talk. Just thinking about it, my mouth is salivating. Wow. I just want the miso soup now. It was so good. And then was it steak, like beef or what is it?
Yeah.
It was beef steak or something like that.
With rice.
With rice and beans.
And beans.
Oh, it was.
Wow, I should do that again.
Yes, you should. Yay, thank you. I still need to cook for you, actually.
But anyway, fast forward.
Yes.
She was. We were like, okay, let's face it, you're gonna end up sleeping here. She was like, you know what? I never sleep anymore without being ready. But fuck it, whatever. And then I was like, do you want to get comfy? And she was like, yes, please. I literally just opened up my drawer, took out the first shirt that came out, took out the first pair of pants that came out. She put them on. Next thing we know, I dressed you up as Dora.
Asian Dora. Okay, and I was the one who mentioned it.
Video version of this podcast will have a picture.
No picture! No picture!
They have to see how you looked. That's the funny part.
So bad. It was oh my God.
Perfect. It was like a orange t-shirt and pink pants.
Yeah,
and then her hair.
With the short hair and the bangs.
And then we put a backpack on you.
Yeah, because we're extra and like we're creative and detail oriented.
We had like Dora.
We had to go all out. So yeah. Oh my gosh.
We did a whole photo shoot.
No, we did, and then we used the long thing as the map.
It was a long photo shoot too.
Yeah, I think it took us about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is what we do.
And then we looked
on our free time.
And then we looked up like actual Dora photos on Google
to actually do the pose. We put the watch on the right, like the correct side.
This was the watch.
That was the watch. And it's so funny because then I slept over after, like, because you fed me, you liquored me up, you gave me dessert. But I was useful to you because you took your medicine all throughout, every 4 hours that night.
Oh yeah.
Because I kept setting the timer.
We were there for you.
Exactly.
That was so beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, so the reason for this podcast, in all seriousness, like for real,
is
because I have noticed, and it is very sad, Adrian, I have noticed that women do not know how powerful they are, specifically in love.
Say it for the people that are, what? Say it for the people in the back.
That. So, Adrian and I have had many conversations about this, how she's dating a guy and then she forgets how freaking amazing and valuable she is, and I'm like, girl, listen, you're amazing and you're a catch and a freaking half, and that guy is 36 and doesn't even know how to cook, so dump his ass and regain your power, right?
Yes.
We have had this conversation probably like every week with like whoever the new guy we're trying is.
Wow, we
and
really
vice versa.
sound like some.
I just said new guy we're trying.
Okay.
Not sleeping with. And even if Who the hell cares?
Do you, boo?
Anyway, so yeah, we had many conversations like that, and we just think there's probably a need out there for more women like us that need to hear it, you know. And it's never a bad thing to remind people, remind women how amazing they are and how they shouldn't settle. And that goes for me, that goes for you, and that goes for whoever's listening
and watching.
So that's what we're here. And along the way, of course, we're going to be telling a lot of stories about our own experiences and how we have been in those shoes, and we still are. I'm sure many more shitty relationships will come in my future. Yes. I don't look forward to them, but...
And I guess it'll come from different perspectives, too,
yeah.
Because, like, I'm recently out of a relationship that lasted, like, 3 years.
Yeah.
So, whereas you've spent... like your early 20s trying. Yeah. I mean, as my grandmother used to say,
severely failing.
My grandmother always used to say, collect, and then select. So, Grandma wisdom over there, a little nugget of wisdom. Yeah.
I was gonna say something. I forgot. Anyway, your grandma.
Yeah, my grandma used to say things like that. But we are dying out here in New York because dating is...
Yeah, I think this is especially hard in New York because everyone's here for like a month or a year, and then they're like off to whatever job they got in California or in Tokyo or who knows.
Malaysia.
And then next thing you know, you're in a long distance relationship that you try to push through, and I'm definitely not talking out of personal experience.
Yeah, no, because
triggered.
Apparently distance doesn't make the heart grow fonder. That quote is not applicable all the time. So
anyway, I kind of got off rails right there because I was talking out of personal experience.
I mean, that's what this podcast is all about. Like, we'll share stories about personal experiences. We'll get vulnerable.
Yeah. And the point is, New York is a hard place to date, and we're both single 20-something-year-olds in New York,
in a different phase in our life,
and it's crazy as hell. So, you know, just be there for each other.
Yeah, we'll be the consistent people in our lives because...
Oh my gosh, this sounds so sad. This is not a sad podcast, people. This is a podcast about healing, owning your power, learning your value, regaining your confidence.
And actually, yeah, to get back on the note of like what this podcast is all about, we do have a full season planned for you guys. It's going to be about 8 episodes. And if we do get...
that are more experts than we are.
Yes, and if we do get extra chatty, there may be some bonus episodes there for you. So yeah, I mean, somewhere in those 8 episodes, we'll kind of go through all the different kinds of stories and how to like remain true to you and not kind of get burnt out in the process of
how to deal with
looking for love, you know?
And actually we have a lot of interesting topics along the way, like how to love yourself, how to heal after a breakup, and
all the funny stories along the way. Yeah, no, we definitely have some crazy stories. We have some funny stories. We have ones that like just breaks your freaking heart that you can't even get up in the morning. Do I want to? No, not at this moment. Maybe in season 2.
Season 2?
Season 2. I mean episode 2. Oh my gosh. I'm not going to make you wait that long.
Next episode. There's definitely gonna be stories.
Yeah.
But we wanted to make this first episode just like it's a nice little segue intro into the rest of the more intense episodes.
Yes,
so
because
this is who we are.
Yeah, exactly who we are. We kind of have to know these 2 people talking and babbling to you for about 30 minutes. So we thought, you know, a getting to know you episode was appropriate, and yeah.
All right, people. Good night.
Peace. Good night. We'll see you episode 2.